At the current situation, the big layoff due to economic, due to the adjustment of workforce, due to financial reason, and also intertwined with the AI productivity improvement. So all of that combine and make the decisions for the layoff in big tech company. However, if you look at the segments, big techs are all product company. But if you look at the service industry, there are still a big demand for hiring IT developers and good IT developers who understand about AI and know about AI tools. That's still rising because
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the AI data interview series by ITVIC. I'm Naoto Ijima, CEO of ITVIC. This interview series is all about helping you advance your tech career through the real journeys, challenges, and down-to-earth insights of the top tech leaders in Vietnam. Today's episode brings us to a fascinating topic: AI-first workforce evolution, navigating skill gaps, and the global demand for specialized AI talent. And to dive deep into this topic, I'm thrilled to welcome a top-profile expert in the AI field, Mr. Nguyễn Xuân Phong, Vice President and Chief AI Officer at FPT. Hi, Phong. It's our honor to have you here today.
hello, Naoto. It's an honor for me to be here today to talk to you too.
Thank you. So Mr. Phong is recognized among the top 150 AI executives by Constellation Research and has played a pivotal role in shaping AI strategy at FPT. So Mr. Phong, can you tell us about your work at FPT and walk us through your impressive professional journey?
Thank you for the questions. Wow, it's been a long journey for me to start with AI. So I grew up in Vietnam for 18 years, and after high school, I left for my journey for education. I went to Singapore for my bachelor degree. I went to US and Australia for my master degree in Carnegie Mellon University in 2012. And that is when I started my journey with deep learning and data mining and data analyst. So it's been around 13, 14 years. I get familiar with artificial intelligence and all the techniques of deep learning. And then I went to Japan in 2013, and I started working for a big corporation in Japan. And at the same time, I got my PhD degree in artificial intelligence from the University of Tokyo. And after that, I moved to Canada. It has been five years since I live in Canada. And I'm part of the lab called MILA, Montreal Quebec AI Institute, led by one of the world-renowned figure in AI called Professor Joshua Bengio. He won the Turing Award in 2018 and recently won the Wien Future Prize. He's led the scientific development in MILA, and it's an honor to be part of MILA and understand all the directions of AI. So at the same time, about 6 years ago, FPT approached me and asked me to become their Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer. And I'm happy to be part of the journey with FPT as well. Since I started with FPT, we developed the AI capability from the ground up. At the very beginning, my strategy is to build a research lab of AI for the foundation of knowledge. So I went around the world and I recruited a lot of friends and AI researchers in different countries to help us and coach our young researchers to do AI research. So today we become one of the top 50 AI industrial lab in the world, recognized by IDC. one of the top research, market research. And after I built the foundation of research, about 4 years ago, I started to build another team focusing on our internal product. Because we are a software company, so I focus a lot on building internal product like coding assistants and testing assistant for tester using AI power tools. So it has been an amazing journey to build those products. And finally, I also have another department which is full of AI engineers that help a lot of our clients all around the world, from Japan, from US, from Europe, to recognize and to realize their AI transformation journey. So we do the service, AI service, help them build the AI solutions, and we consult them from end to end. So that is how I end up in my positions as I am right now.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I really want to learn from you about the current AI situations and the software industry trend. Okay, so let's dive into the first topic of today's interview, which is AI and its impact on the IT industry. So in Vietnam, we've all seen a clear downward or even freezing trend in hiring across most tech companies since 2023. So according to ITVX's latest survey, biggest reason for this trend is that the productivity improvement by AI. So not only in Vietnam, in fact, similar patterns are happening globally, especially in the US. And so to begin, I'd like to start from a broader view of what's really happening across the IT industry today, and what it might mean for the future ahead. So because you are working in Canada and you have a lot of clients in US, so can you share with us what is going on actually in the US situations? Because there's been a lot of news about change in employment in the US IT industry, such as huge layoff, higher employment rate of computer science graduates. So from your perspective, what's really happening? Is it truly being impacted by AI, or there are other reasons behind?
Well, the recent big layoff from big tech company in the US are very well known all around the world. I have been visiting the US for many times, visit our clients, and I read a lot of news about the situation. So it turned out that AI is not all the problems of why the company give a big layoff. So if you look at the macroeconomics as well, so we have been going through COVID-19, where the big tech has to rush to hire a lot of engineers to serve the shock demand of the surging in usage of online applications. However, after COVID-19, things get back to normal, and the demand was back to normal as well. So there's an adjustment for the workforce of the big tech company. They have to make their bottom line looks better. So they have to do protect their profit. They have to do a big layoff of unused workforce, right? So that contributes, it intertwined with the same development with AI, where recently, about 3 years ago, where generative AI started to become one of the most important technology in AI, and it becomes very applicable for enterprise to leverage it, to do a lot of automation in process. So companies do use AI to work more efficiency, more effectively. However, a lot of AI tools nowadays are more of intelligence augmentation for employee, for developers. They are not replacement tools. So, of course, we hear a lot of noisy news on about like AI going to replace developers, and for example, Elon Musk is making a big news about a company without any human employee. But that is all the dream that all the big tech and all the great people are trying to achieve. And at the current situation, the big layoff due to economic, due to the adjustment of workforce, due to financial reason, and also intertwined with the AI productivity improvement. So all of that combine and make the decisions for the layoff in big tech company. However, if you look at the segments, big techs are all product company. But if you look at the service industry, there are still a big demand for hiring IT developers and good IT developers who understand about AI and know about AI tools. That's still rising because the total demand of IT is still increasing. There will be easier in terms of digital transformation across the world.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. So, and I'm happy to hear that AI will not replace the developers, that will support developers for their productivity improvement. Yeah, and then it's clear that AI is boosting the productivity, and then at the same time, there is a demand, still the big demand for IT service companies. But I want to ask this question. So AI productivity improvement, it means, let's say, in an IT service company, if our project used to need 100 people for, let's say, 6 months, so could AI assistance reduce that to just, let's say, 50 people for the 3 months or something? So will this ultimately lead to the reduction in headcount because of AI?
Well, AI makes the project more efficiency, faster delivery, higher quality, and even leaner team size. That is no doubt. However, if you look at the total demand of the industry, there will be more projects. Okay, if one big project nowadays need less people, so the demand create more projects. So there are thousands of 50 people project rather than just few hundred, 100 people project. So in that sense, the total number of demand is still increasing, leads to the increase of the workforce. If you think it that way, I give you an example, like you drive a car, right? And in the past, the car is not efficient at all. It took a lot of gasoline in order to drive 100 kilometers. But nowadays, look at our cars. They are very efficient. They are less gasoline per mileage per kilometers. So does it make you drive less? No, right? There are people driving more. And today, even we have electric car. It makes people drive even more than that because the cost of energy has been reduced and there's more efficient to go from point A to point B. There's more demand. I believe it's the same with the IT industry, where the cost of development or the cost of line of code reduce. It will create a lot of demand to create the digital applications, because we have been seeing that digital application helps us a lot. And there are thousands and thousands of companies out there still have not completed their digital transformation journey. So the demand will still increase, the total demand will still increase. It led to smaller team sizes for sure, but the number of headcounts in the IT industry if I believe it will still increase. And AI is not at the moment the replacing tools or the replacing force for IT developers. Only the people who use AI efficiently will replace the people who cannot use AI. So that is my vision about the total demand of IT in the future, will still leads to higher demand and headcounts of IT developers in the future, but with a new generation of developers.
Okay, that's good news for us too. So for now, it means for now, let's say having a large number of headcount, IT professionals, employees is one of our competitive advantage of IT service companies like FPT. So will it remain a competitive advantage for IT service companies going forward too?
For sure, human resources are still one of the biggest assets of company, and there are a lot of things that human can achieve that AI cannot do the same thing. So when you have large human, you can create more trust, you can create more relationship with the customers. Human can also verify, have critical thinking, and evaluate the results of AI. And human play important roles in shaping the direction, understand the requirements, and make sure the decision of AI is correct. So human, at the end of the day, are still one of the greatest assets of IT companies. And IT company with large headcount will still remain very strong. And they will transform those human resource into AI augmented human resource. It means that all those people will be mixed between physical worker and digital worker. So the total number of physical worker will still remains and still increase together with the digital worker working alongside them as the assistant.
Okay, sounds good. So this next question from my side is kind of different, but aligned with the current discussions. So in Vietnam, so IT service market, so there is a growing concern, which is IT service companies in Vietnam, which focus on well-defined or repetitive tasks like coding and manual testing, will face major challenges because those tasks can be replaced or supported by AI. So from your perspective, is this concern true? Or in the near future, because of AI, only the companies that are working on high-level projects can survive? What do you think about this topic?
Thank you for the questions. Very interesting one. So definitely a lot of task is easy enough for artificial intelligence to automate. However, humans still have to check for it, have to verify it, and have to give the green signal for for example, the results to be submitted. So, and in the future, I'm sure humans have to shift their work value from low level to higher level. And every company would have to do the same thing. So it creates a whole shifting in the market, not just one company, but the whole company. So I believe there's still a lot of business for big company and small company to compete in this market. And AI is helping as at the moment as the augmentation of intelligence. So it make one developers work faster and deliver more results. It creates a lot of productivity. However, it also bring a lot of risk if it's not governance well. And that's why we still needs a lot of efforts, even human efforts, to do verification to build a better system, to research for a better solutions for AI, to reduce the risk and to mitigate the risk. So in a short time, I don't see any shortage in terms of workforce, because there's still a big demand for IT to transform itself into the era of IT multiply AI. So that's very important concept, because in the future, the workforce will be equipped with AI. It's just like a few years ago, a few decades ago, we have IT developers equipped with internet and equipped with Google and become very productive. And look at that, they still growing a lot of demands, and we have become we are nowadays. And at the same thing, we will have developers and AI as a tools, and growing to the next new future where we build a lot of digital applications with AI as a tools. And companies will shift their value into higher values. In the past, maybe you write a very simple website program, but tomorrow you can write a 3D animation kind of VR applications, right? Because of the workforce can be learning, can adapt to the new kind of new tools and unlock the kind of new value. So I believe the IT segments in Vietnam is still growing and growing strongly, because customers still need people who are smart, who are efficient, hardworking, and trustworthy. So all of those AI cannot bring it to the customer at the moment. When I meet customer, they will say, "Oh, I don't trust AI fully yet because they make hallucination, they make mistake, but I trust that human can build the process and can make sure the results are submitted, are have been carefully delivered and checked before submission." So I believe that the trend are still continue for a while.
Okay, that's interesting. And then so AI is changing, let's say software development work the process, and it's changing, and it requiring the individual transformations or improvements, upskills or something to the software developers. So how about customer size? Is there any change that you observe or you forecast because of the AI at the customer side?
Sure. I have been very lucky that I travel around the world and met a lot of executives, a big company all around the world, and dialogue with them about artificial intelligence. So I tell you a story about 3 years ago, when ChatGPT has just come out. I went to Germany and I started to talk about the importance of generative AI and how generative AI will change the workforce, and how generative AI would make a big impact. And at that time, a lot of executives in Europe, especially in Germany, they are still very skeptical about AI. They don't trust AI. AI with a lot of hallucination, a lot of mistakes, and so on. So they don't want to talk about it. They still want to protect the traditional IT. And the next year, I come back to Germany. People started to open up. I see the change in the atmosphere, change in the attitude. And I dialogue again with the same people. They are very excited about what AI can do. And I came back again in this year, and I talked to a lot of executives in Germany. And surprisingly, I saw that they have been advanced of their system and embedding AI into their workplace a lot. And mostly the same thing I have shared, they built AI tool to help their employee to become more efficient and work happier. So there's a lot of changing and shifting and in the customer mindset of adopting and trusting and you adopting this technology. So this grow in Europe, and the same situation I see it happens in Japan, in Korea, in US, especially in US is no doubt. They always try the new thing. But in other countries like Singapore, Australia, the rate is not exactly the same as US and Europe, but they are still also changing their mindset of adopting AI more.
Okay, thank you for sharing the interesting stories in Germany. Do you observe any other change or any other transformations or at the customer sides, demand change or their strategic change based due to the AI productivity improvement or something?
Yes, I see the variety of strategy that our customers are putting. So there are, because of AI, it makes the developer become more productive. And some of the companies, they think this is a chance to bring the capability of IT, of software development in-house so that they can grow the in-house team and they can increase their capability for IT in their strategy. However, I also talked to many of the other executives, and they share with me that they want to jump into AI, but their workforce doesn't understand AI because this is new technology, and their workforce are people who actually have too much experience, so they cannot change and adopt to the new technology fast. So they prefer working with partners that have expertise in AI and can help them and can deliver the results to them. And they recognize that sometimes the in-house team have even higher cost than a partner company like FPT, who have a very optimized of cost for AI projects, for example, because we have the experience, we have the infrastructure that could bring down the total cost. So that's the reason why I see company who are aggressive and company who rely on partners is the strategy is very colorful at the moment. And I don't think that's right or wrong. It depends on the core business of each different client, right? If they are more in tech, so of course they will want to bring the technology under their control. But if their core business is not in tech, I still believe they need to work with expertise people from partners company in order to make sure the project is delivered successfully.
So it's interesting story, meaning there is a trend to shift in-house tech, but even that there is a trend like that because the demand has been increasing. So there is still a chance for FPT to serve for your service to much more customers.
For sure, because we now can do a higher quality job. We can do, especially now we can do the AI transformation journey with the customers. So, and this is the new market, and it will growing very big in the future. So for FPT, I believe still a lot of room to grow in the AI journey, and also the work will shift to a new level with AI assistant, AI mentoring. Our workforce will be empowered with new knowledge in order to serve the customer better.
Okay. So it means the requirements from customers has been changing compared to before AI era. So what kind of change do you observe in terms of the customer's requirement on software development project?
Yes. So just a couple of years ago, like I mentioned, customer doesn't really trust in AI, and they want to protect their data privacy. So they absolutely don't want to touch any AI assistant tools. But now there are more and more customers who adopt into this technology. And since they do that, they are working with FPT to make a new kind of projects with shorter time and higher quality development. And there's a spectrum of customers. Still, there are people. There's the skeptical end that still don't want to touch any AI solution, and they require FPT to deliver for them an on-premise, no internet AI assistant tool. So that's one of the end we are serving right now, and we have to try our best to bring the AI motor to the chip, to the edge device, so that it can ensure the data privacy. And there are extreme end where customers demand from FPT a big transformation in software development and testing with us and experimenting with us a lot of agentic coding at the moment, and in order to bring the new power of development. And most of the customers are in the middle. They are testing, they are experimenting, and they are expecting FPT to deliver more results. And we are happy to serve the customer with a very aggressive mindset in order to prepare for the future. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So the technology is changing, and then customer requirement is also changing. In that case, of course, the organization have to change, and the employees' individual talent also need to be transformed. So from your perspectives, what kind of skill gaps do you observe in the AI era between the customer requirements, the market requirements versus the current IT professional skill set?
Sure. We are at the moment using some of the methodology to identify the gap. And we're working with one of the company in Silicon Valley in order to assess the current skills of our developers in the two perspectives. One is whether they can build the AI solutions. And the second is whether they can use AI to empower their work. These two perspectives are tested and to understand the readiness of the workforce. And we have observed that the skill from the new generation developers, they are young and they have been learning very quick with AI tools, and they are very AI savvy. They know how AI works, and they want to leverage it, but they need the experience of domain, experience of the architecture in order to make AI work there for the best situation and best quality. And on another hand, I saw old people are more reluctant to use AI, and they rely more on their experience. They are less changing, so their productivity is not as good as the young developers, but they still bring the value of the safetiness, and then sometimes they can unlock the power of AI even more. And at the same time, more and more developers now are learning to build AI solutions with the tools available on the market, and they need to understand more how AI works. What is the risk of AI? What is the risk of AI? What is the benefits of AI? How to control AI to the right directions? So all of this are new skill a very new skill. And to talk to the mass of population, we still have the gap in both of that two perspectives, use AI and build AI. And I expect the new generation of developers, they will fill the gap and they will learn more and more and hungry to learn, to get rid of the gap and to join force with the industry very quickly. I also see a very interesting viewpoint of one of our clients, and he demand only young people in the team, and he specify anyone who are young and good at mathematics and good at logic and can use AI is very welcome to work on the project. So they are emphasized on the learning and they're betting on the learning capability of the new generation of developers rather than the experience of the experienced developers. So there are opportunities, I would say, for the young developers that can learn very quickly and that can shift their mindset of use AI as a powerful tools to empower their knowledge and develop the capability of critical thinking and evaluation to understand the quality of the AI delivery so that the final delivery to the customers is the combination between human and machines. And that's the best kind of delivery.
Yeah, thank you for sharing the interesting insights. So it means, of course, that the technical skills about building the AIs is important, and then how to use AI to improve the productivity or faster the process. And then another important skills can be the continuous learning skills or mindset is critical for the current AI era. Is my understanding correct?
Learning is very, very, very critical. And the skill you need to acquire is to use AI efficiently. And I forgot to mention there's one more skill that the employee needs to master if they want to rising in the organization and earn more trust from the customer is communication. Nowadays, Vietnam has been opening the doors to many foreign investment and working with foreign customers. This is a norm, and communication has been a very important skills for engineers and for developers to foster, to improve. We have the kind of I would say we have a kind of usual thinking that developers are very introvert and they are very shy and they don't want to talk to people. I think that has to change because AI now has been assisting us a lot in the work. So developers has to improve and learn more about how to communicate effectively. And that is to earn the trust. That is to make sure they understand the right requirements from the customers so that their work even more effectively is not going off direction. If customer want this way, make sure it goes this way. It doesn't go the other way. So communications, understanding, listening, speaking, reporting are those soft skills that usually in the past we don't really pay attention to it. But in this era, in this AI era, I think that skills is even more important.
That's interesting. But at the same time, it's quite not easy for developers to adapt. So because let's say for the current IT service project, the communication part or problem solving part can be under, let's say, business analyst or a project manager or even the salespeople who encounter with the customers. But going forward, you think that developers also need to improve their communication capability and problem-solving capability too.
I totally think so, because we have discussed in the earlier of the conversations. So now we will not have a very big and cumbersome teams like thousands of people. Maybe we will make it much more leaner team to deliver big projects. In that sense, the task of communications are having more important weight in the projects, because less people, you don't have people who specialize in communication anymore, and the communication part engineer have to deliver by themselves. And I realize that our customers really like to talk directly to our engineers, because when it flow through different layers of middle management, it may change the meaning. It may not the same with the original idea. So the communication skills of developers in the AI era will become still very critical skills for the future.
Okay, so maybe the one big keyword of this video interview for our audience is not being introvert.
Being introvert is fine, but you have to learn how to speak up and how to ask questions, how to listen, and how to communicate.
Okay, so being proactive to communicate
That's right.
to the customers and the stakeholders. That will be the key skills to survive AI era.
That's true. And remember to learn all the AI, most up-to-date AI tools to help with your work, because the AI changing every day, and there are new tools, there are new way of doing things. So the ability, like we just mentioned about the ability to learn, is actually directly to the skill of adopting AI for the future, because AI will be the new electricity. So generative AI is the new internet, and there's no more Stack Overflow. So you can focus things on dialoguing and prompting with AI to get the best results. And there are tools specifically built for developers. So I really encourage the new developers, the young developers, to look at the varieties of tool set in the market for AI developments and for software development powered by AI, so that they can get the best value of these tools. And that is the requirement for the new AI era workforce.
So thank you for sharing your insights. So there is a gap between build AI and use AIs, and then the people need to adapt that kind of skills. At the same time, so you emphasize that communication skills and problem solving skills are becoming much more important than before. But from let's say developers' perspective, because they are used to required the technical skills such as the Java programming skills, Ruby, or database, data engineering skills or something. So how about the requirements of those kind of technical skills? Is that change also?
Well, for many years, people think that they're learning a programming language like Java, like Python or Ruby. They are the tools, because they are just a language for you to communicate with the machines. So yes, if you can communicate with the machines, in those type of languages are very good. However, with generative AI nowadays, you have new weapons, can communicate with the machines by natural language, by your own mother tongue. Like I can speak in Vietnamese or in English with the machines, and the machines can understand, they can interpret that into programming language, and you can test the results. So there are the root of the programming language you learn is actually you learning the computational skill. Is computational thinking and computational skills are developed by getting to understand how to solve the problems. But when you're building the digital applications or digital systems, so nowadays you have the power to learn much more than just one programming language. You can use your natural language as an interim environment, and then translate that into different type of language, programming language, and test it out. But the core important of computational skill, like abstractions, like breaking down the task into smaller tasks, are still very important. Are the root of your logic and your thinking. So use AI to translate that into programming language and test it out in a quick and rapid development life cycle, so that you can achieve the results faster. And on another hand, learning about the system, the security is also an important aspect to develop a secure and high quality development, high quality application. So what I was trying to say is, in the past, people focus too much on learning the language, but they need to understand that the root of those learning is for you to develop the computational thinking. And that computational thinking nowadays combined with natural language from understanding from AI can bring you to a lot of power. And you will not depend on the language, programming language. And you can do a lot of different things. If you understand the core basic of computer science, you can do a lot of things without the limitation of programming language. So that is the power of understanding the power of AI, and you can do a lot of interesting things. Yeah.
Okay, so I saw there's some news or some newspaper is saying the kind of rumor, although I don't believe that story. But sometimes the people say the people no longer need to learn the programming. Sometimes and then let's say they mentioned that computer science employment rate, the computer science graduates unemployment rate surge that this year or something. So it also support that ideas of no need to learn the programming anymore. But although I don't believe that stories, but still, as you shared with us, the learning about the programming language and the principle of computational logic is remaining important.
So I don't put the emphasis on learning the programming language. I put more the emphasis of, yes, you still have to learn a lot about computer science, about the logic of it, about the system of it, about the security of it. However, learning a programming language, if you know one language, is good enough for your understanding and your basic. You should know about object-oriented programming, that's for sure. But now, if you learn one language already and use AI, you can be able to develop in 10 different other type of languages without have to relearn to a new language. So in the past, if you learn about Python already, you switch to Java, you feel very difficult. But with that Python learning, and you have a very good foundation in computational thinking, you can use AI to help you to write that same program in Java, and you can test it out. You can ask AI to, redo it or check the mistake and fix the mistake, and even teach you like how Java works. So all of that makes you not depend on the language of programming you have learned, but you rely on your computational thinking and your problem-solving skill in order to deliver the applications. So learning computer science, learning programming language is still the door and opening to many other interesting journey. And now you have the tools to bring you a lot of more power and weapons to discover the new lands.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for sharing. So great insights. So now we've talked about how AI is changing the business models and reshaping the skills companies needed. But beyond the organization level, there's also the human side of this story. So now many developers and engineers are concerned about what AI means for their own careers. So will it take jobs away or create new opportunities for them? So at the same time, new roles are emerging that didn't even exist a few years ago. And of course, leadership plays a critical role in guiding both companies and people through these transitions. So from your perspective, is this a valid concern or just a natural resistance to change? And what do you see as the real risk for engineers in this transition?
So AI is a great tool for all the developers, not only AI developers, but also traditional software developers. They have to adopt it in order to unlock a lot of new careers, a lot of new applications, a lot of new skills that they have never acquired before. For me, the resistance to change is very natural in any revolution. And we are in one of the revolution in terms of intelligence, in terms of automation, in terms of augmentation of intelligence. So people are wondering why I have to change, why I have to learn the new skills. That's a natural in life where productivity has been improving. One person now can create more value, and using the new tools, they can bring more value to the society, to the company, even to their family. So I mentioned earlier, AI is not the replacing tool, but people who use AI actually have more capability than those people who don't and resist to use AI. And that is for yourself to blame yourself, right? If you don't go into the learning mode and acquire such interesting skill and useful skills. And workforce is always evolved. Leadership play a very important role in shaping this. You have in my role, I will develop such programs, for example, like to coaching and training our developers to learn the AI building skill and learn the AI using skill, so that they can be comfortable with the new way of working. And when they are joining our company, they have the opportunity to work with the real problem, real industry problem from our customers in all over the world. So not only in Vietnam, but in different part of the world, and they can have a very practical mindset of how to bring the real value. And only by doing so, we can earn a lot of money from foreign companies back to Vietnam. So that is very natural to learn that kind of skills to become more useful. And I see that leadership has to encourage and at the same time educate and give coaching the young generations to learn about the benefits and not to be afraid of AI, but embrace AI as a friend. Imagine we have a very good story from Japan. You know Doraemon, right?
Yeah.
So Nobita has a very good friend, and he's intelligent, he's smart, and he can help you to answer a lot of questions in life. So everybody, every developers will have such kind of a friendship, a companion with you. So you have to embrace that in a positive manner and utilize the strength of the machines that give you. And you know your value is in creativity, is in problem solving, is in empathy with the customers, empathy with the problems, empathy with the social problem that given to you to solve. And in that, you can create a lot of value for the company, for your family, for the customers. So with that, I would say AI is still a tool. It cannot replace you. Humans still play a lot of important role in our society to play the trust, to play the friendship, to play the companionship. AI cannot drink. Only developers can drink and can cheers with each other when we build a successful project. So that is a beautiful of human side as well.
Yeah, that's sure and interesting. So now that all the developers have Doraemon as their partner. Okay. So because our audience is developers. So from your perspective, what do you think? From 2 to 3 years and going forward, which kind of roles in AI field or even the software development field will have the strong demand from the market?
I think different industry will have the different rates of adopting AI. For industries like banking and finance, they are the most aggressive at the moment in applying AI into their workflow, into their workforce. And there are industries that are less you adopt AI at a slower slope because due to their nature of work, for example, like public safety, civil engineer, and maybe manufacturing, they are in somewhere in the middle. So uh, different industry because they have already some kind of a prerequisite in order to adopt AI. For example, like infrastructure, talents, and the way of they change and the mindset of changing the way people used to work to change the I would say let me rephrase it a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
So it's based on the history, right, of the industry, whether they are open-minded for changing and some conditions that they already have. And for especially for those industries who which doesn't have a lot of physical legacy, they can change it to digital environment very quickly. Like banking and finance, they are moving very fast. Why uh, a lot of industry which has the physical elements, they need more time in order to adopt this new technology.
So
Yeah.
how about the positions or specific roles? Let's say going forward, the bank will hire, recruit more business analyst or project manager. So do you have any positions in your mind about the demand will increase in the near future?
In the short term, the developers with the skills of using AI as the tools to help their development will be one of the most high demand in the market. Like even in our companies right now, we are now give a massive of training for people to use AI more efficiently in their development work. And second roles, I see that in high demand is AI engineers, those who can build AI very well, understand the system, understand the architect, understand the scalability of the system of AI, can build quick solutions regarding AI agents, generative AI applications. They are also in very high demand in across all the industries because customers are adopting more and more AI technology. With a lot of development in AI, and there will comes with the governance part and the risk part that company need to understand, control, and mitigate. So the people that have the skills of understanding responsible AI, the rules of AI, and the laws of AI will be also very important. And of course, it creates also a new type of security for AI systems. For example, like attacking the AI system to make it stupid or make wrong decisions, and the new skills of understanding the data, new type of data protections, because AI will interact a lot with our personal data and enterprise data. So a lot of activities to attack may attack on that to exploit these new systems. So the rising of the AI comes with the rising of security and responsible AI expert in the field in order to balance this and in order to make sure our development is safe and responsible.
So thank you for sharing. So we went through the change of the market and change of the requirements from a customer side, and then change of the requirements for individuals. So we have to adapt those kind of transitions. So we really want to learn from FPT's actual practice. So as Chief AI Officer at FPT, so what specific actions have you taken to lead AI transformation within your organizations? What measurable impact have these initiatives had so far?
Since I joined FPT Software, I already put a very important strategy in place is how to use AI to make the biggest impact for my organization. So that's why I chose the topic of AI for software. And it means that when I study in my lab in Mila back in 2019, when no one knows that AI can make a big impact in the software development world, I already saw research from Google that they started to use machine learning and some technique in order to apply in their software development. And I have a big dream and a big idea of how we can bring that into Vietnam, into FPT. And I started with a lab that do a lot of research of how AI make impact, and also in new technology, new kind of motors that assisting developers. And at one time, we even got the number one in the ranking of Microsoft Code Glue for the model of code understanding. It means that we have built AI model that can summarize and can translate code into natural language in a very early day. So as a chief AI officer, I always have to think of how to give my developers the best tools. Just like when we go to battles, I need to manufacture a lot of weapons for our soldiers to fight in a very fierce war. So I also form an innovation team to do a lot of research on the market, like which AI agents, which AI tools, and the practice of using AI in software development, and share it across a lot of developers in our company. And I have a product team that understand the specific process of FPT software and use that knowledge to build a customized tools, AI tools, powered by AI and powered by generative AI to help our developers to work faster and more adapting to our process and framework. And in some of our innovation lab, we even build a small language model. It was not small, but like specialized language model that targeting to some of the specific programming language. And those language are very old, like legacy code. Like, have you heard about COBOL or APG? Those are languages that are very long ago built on mainframe system. So no one understands about those programming language anymore. And in our innovation lab, we built large language model and specialized language model that understand those programming language better than anyone else. And we have released the first version of X mainframe language model that understand the legacy code very, very well. And finally, we built the coding assistant called Code Vista and testing assistant called Test Vista, is to empower our developers to work faster. And as a chief AI officer, right, my job is to ensure our workforce can equip with the best knowledge of AI, the best knowledge of using AI, and the great tools to go and fight the big battles. And I encourage our employee to have AI first thinking mindset to solve the problems by using AI as a default. So AI first is actually the name of the center that I work in FPT. So I named my center AI First Center, and the requirement is you have to approach the problem solving together with AI. You not working alone. The requirement is you don't try by yourself at the beginning. It means that you have to work with AI from the very beginning and use AI from the very starting point. And with that, you will try to unlock the full power and try to embedding the new way of working in a very early start. And AI first doesn't mean you rely on AI. And every time you use AI as a default choice, but to have the critical thinking and evaluation framework so that you know when to use the best time. But have to use AI is the default, is a must in our organization.
That's interesting. So, but let's say FPT has thousands of people in your organizations. Then as a chief AI officer, so you build the tools, you research about the practice around the world. My question is how you can penetrate that kind of new tools or that kind of a new mindset into your huge organization.
So we have a designated team that specialize in doing that. And with the connections all around the world that I have, I am sitting in a lab in North America. I listen to the news, I listen to all the research, and I have connected with Silicon Valley professors like Andrew Ng and professor like Joshua Banger in Canada. They are all bring me new ideas and they bring me a lot of inspirations, and I have connections to all the researchers in universities all around the world. They give me very good knowledge in the development of AI and how AI can be used responsibly. And and I translate that into my team, and my team will go forward to some of the directions that I pointed out, and they can form the strategy and form the educational material, and they can form some kind of prototype to inspire many others people. So that's how I slowly and changing the whole workforce and elaborate it and scale it up within our organization. Nowadays, in our organization, in each of we call it unit, strategic unit, we have to appoint one person dedicated for the role of AI champion. So this is strategy. Yes, AI champion. We call them AI champion. And this new role of AI champion are those people who understand about how to use AI tools, how to measure the change of working by using AI, and how to inspire others with the AI development. And those champions are like the leaders and the follow and make a lot of people follow. So this is a very interesting strategy. So with in each small unit, we have all the AI champion and appointed, and they are bringing the new energy to the organization. And we are developing and building a lot of those AI champion within FPT right now. So in terms of AI champions, it's a very new role, and we're picking out from our best and young people who are love trying and testing and experimenting with AI. We have a few hundreds for now, but I see in the future we may have thousands of those AI champion. And we are not only keeping those AI champion for ourselves. We plan to send those AI champion to our clients as well to inspire not only us but also the client's IT team, to show them that AI can do a lot of great work, and everyone can have the great and optimistic viewpoints of using AI. And at the same time, those champions will coach and educate the workforce about the friendliness of AI, and at the same time the risk of AI to avoid.
Okay. So you guys already have a few hundreds of AI champions in your organization, and then expect to expand it to the thousands of AI champions in the future.
For sure.
Okay. And then I believe you guys also have some company-wide training materials or training codes or e-learning environments or something.
There's a varieties of training curriculums in FPT software, and we give the training in AI augmented engineers, that the skill to use AI effectively. And we also train people to build a new AI system like agentic system, to give the people the full choice and the full opportunities for the future.
Thank you so much for Mr. Phong for sharing such insightful and practical stories. This conversation has really brought clarity to the shift we are all experiencing with AI, and more importantly, the opportunities it's unlocking for the whole who are ready. So before we close, these conversations, if you could leave our audience with one key message, so let's say something that has guided you as a tech leader during these transitions. So what the key message would be?
Yes. So there are 2 points. I want to give a key message that has 2 points, and I hope it will help you in your future endeavor. So AI is a irreversible technology. It means that we cannot come back to the way we used to be before. With AI, we unlock a lot of new future and unlock of new capabilities. So the first point I would love to share is please learn about AI, learn about the beauty of AI, learn about the risk of AI, and adopt it as a new friend in your life, as natural as possible and as quick as possible. Because I believe this is your key advantage for your workforce, for your work in the future. But at the same time, the second point of my message is you are still human. So please enjoy your life and enjoy your work and use AI as a tool to amplify your intelligence, amplify your productivity, while remain the true core value of a human. For example, trustworthy, for example, hardworking, and for example, the creativity and empathy that a human has. So those will bring you very far away in the future.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And then, so what an eye-opening, future-facing conversation with Mr. Fong's insights. So we explored not only the challenges companies faces, but also the new opportunities and skill set that will define the success in the future. So a big thank you to Mr. Fong for sharing your experience and to our audience for joining us. So hope you are having a great time and please look forward to more insightful sessions. Thank you for sharing your grateful insight.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Nếu như bạn thích video này, đừng quên subscribe kênh YouTube của IT Việt để không bỏ lỡ những chia sẻ giá trị từ chuyên gia và ghé thăm itviet.com để cập nhật việc làm AI data mới nhất cũng như là insight thú vị về ngành IT nhé.